Eddie, is the biggest disappointment that you have chances to kill that game off and when it would take them?
Yeah, absolutely. That's as painful as the game at Anfield last year for me and for us. I thought we played really well today. The opening stages of the game can't be forgotten by me. In regards to the team's performance and reflection on how the game went, I thought we were excellent. Individual performances were very strong, and the sending off almost harms us really in the match. Although the chances were there for us to kill the game, as you say, and I think the second goal changes everything. We didn't get it, and then when Núñez comes on, it's they're looking for one moment, and they didn't just get one; they got two, and they took them.
Martin Hardy.
Do you think Trent Alexander should have been sent off before Virgil Van Dijk?
At that moment, yeah, I did. I thought it was a clear second yellow card. Referee didn't agree, and we had to accept that.
Does that then alter the game then if he's gone off at that point?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it's ironic that I'm saying that we were better 11v11 than we were 11v10. But yeah, at that moment in time, I thought that was the correct decision.
With the game planned out, is this possibly the lowest you've gotten to Newcastle manager when that game finished?
Yeah, difficult to scale them, but yeah, I think whenever you lose in those circumstances very late, it's hugely painful. It's difficult to take and accept, but you have to. I mean, the deflection off Sven's back and then his heel into Núñez's path, that's not something you can describe or think is going to happen in the game. It sets up, it's a great finish, I have to say. But yeah, and then, we really at that moment, we should maybe accept that we're not going to win the game, but definitely don't lose it, and we make a mistake and they score again.
Craig?
You sort of analysed the last half hour and you felt almost like 10v10 rather than 11v10. What was your thoughts from the?
Yeah, I think possibly. It had a similar feeling for me, hence why we tried to change the momentum of the match. I think, Liverpool had a flurry of set plays. They were putting us under pressure in that moment, and we wanted a bit more control. But they're a very, very dangerous counter-attacking team. And you just think back to the game here last year when the roles were reversed. We had 10 men, they had 11, and we played really, really well that day and had the best chances of the game with a man less. It can happen. And when you've got players like Salah and Núñez on the pitch, they're a huge transition threat, and we knew that would be the case. That's why we were desperate for the second goal to kill the match.
Is there anything you would do differently?
There's always things you do differently if you don't win the match, that's for sure.
What was your take on the red card?
Yeah, in that moment in time, it looked like Alex was going through one-on-one, but I've only seen it live. I haven't seen it again.
George?
Hi, Eddie. Managers sort of often say it's more difficult against 10 men, and you said it can really harm you. Was it about momentum? Is it about Liverpool sort of doing things differently and harming you in that way?
Well, I think it's that, of course, they then restrict space, defend deep. They can tend to let you have the ball. And it was our job then to try and create the momentum to win the match and open them up. We didn't do it at will. We didn't do it regularly enough. But we still had our chances. They were still there. The moments were still there for us to kill the game. And ultimately, we didn't take them. And that's why we sit here with a defeat.
And can you give us an update on Sven, how he is?
Yeah, it looks like an ankle problem. I don't know how bad it is. But certainly we wish him a speedy recovery.
Ian?
Anthony Gordon was having one of his best games with the black white shirt. You have set his direct opponent. In hindsight, would you have taken him on?
In hindsight, as I said, you'd always do things differently. But and when you're in my shoes, that's the job you're in. And
was it a case of like the Villa game? You made the substitutions that actually went in late.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have to. I believe this season we have to trust our bench. We have to trust top quality players. I'm putting on Callum Wilson and Harvey Barnes. And Sean Longstaff, Sean was outstanding, as was Callum last year. I can't fear putting them on the pitch in that situation. Top quality players, as is Harvey. So now, of course, sometimes when you make those changes, it doesn't go as you foresee. But also the same could have happened, leaving the same players on the pitch. So that's the game.
Lee at the back.
And do you think the gap's closing a little bit? You are getting closer to getting results against the sort of top 4 teams.
as I sit here now, I can't sort of say yes for sure. I thought our performance today was very, very good, but ultimately we've lost the game, and I can't then sort of make statements like that, I feel. So today's a very, very difficult one for me immediately after the game to come here and talk, but that's what I have to do. I'm proud of the players in many ways for what they've delivered today, but we are kicking ourselves for sure that we didn't get something out of the game.
Do you think you can learn more sometimes? I know it's hard in the aftermath, but do you feel you can learn more sometimes from a narrow defeat than you can in a narrow victory?
Well, I think it depends how you view it. I think if we don't take collective responsibility and don't analyse the game properly, then no. But I think if you do those things and always take ownership of what's happened, and that includes me and all of the players, then I think you can come out of it stronger. And that's what we'll endeavour to do.
Okay, Aaron.
I think there was lots of support for Bruno Guimaraes from stands. What do you make of his performance, and how was he reacted behind the scenes the last few days after what I imagine was quite a tricky week for him?
Yeah, Bruno's been fine. He's trained very well. He was part of the team performance today that was outstanding for half an hour. Thought he really played his part in our really good opening to the match. There's things, as with every player, that you will look at and reflect and try and improve.
Jordan.
She said on the substitutions, did you feel like Liverpool was subs one there in the game and you were subs cost you the game?
Liverpool might see that from their perspective. I can only talk about my team, and certainly I'm not going to blame the 3 subs that came on the pitch as to why we didn't win the match. Absolutely not. I don't think they were directly involved in the goals. So that isn't a collective responsibility. That's trying to blame, and we'll never do that. So no, I thought the 3 lads that came on tried to impact the match in the way that we wanted them to. But that's sometimes football. It goes against you. Sometimes it goes for you. Today's a tough one.
Okay, Dominic.
You mentioned Sven Botman, potential injury there. Are you almost on your toes to dip back into the transfer market if it transpired that was a bad injury?
We'll have to wait and see. Speak with the medical team and see how bad Sven's injury is first.
Just on Lewis Hall, not involved today, how close is he to being involved in that?
Yeah, I mean, he's trained with us, but he's not played a game during pre-season, so he's only trained, so he's some way short of being match fit.
Andy Sixsmith.
Andy, just caught up with Anthony Gordon there post-match. He looked, as you'd expect, visibly shell-shocked, hurting. What was the atmosphere like in the dressing room there? How much are the players hurting, and what do you do now in the coming days to raise them for a big game against Brighton?
Yeah, I mean, I'd want them to be hurting after that, because we pride ourselves on trying to win first and foremost, and if we can't, then we do everything we can to draw the game, and that's certainly a game we shouldn't have lost. I think that my role in this now is to calm everything down, to try and see perspective. Results will always sway opinions, but as I say, from the first 3 games we've had, we've been very close to more points. We've been very competitive, and there's been some really good signs, but we probably haven't had the points that we deserve.
Kieran to finish.
Yeah, my initial thought while the game was in motion was I wanted us to be a bit more positive and direct and look for the second goal. I thought we were, but again, that's easy to say from the sideline, but Liverpool are playing off the ball, playing quite deep and allowing us to have the ball in front. But I wanted us to try and look for that second goal in a more positive way. That was my thought as I was watching the game. And then I think the management of the game is just in moments. I don't think it was a team thing. It was just a couple. As I say, the ball bounces off Sven twice and falls perfectly for Nunes. I'm not sure we could manage that situation better. We could have certainly managed the second goal better than the first, I thought.
There were a couple of exchanges between Jurgen Klopp and Jason Taylor. Did you feel like competitive rivalry on the benches today as well?
I think that's always there, regardless of the opposition. I think there's always that fight for points between everybody.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cheers.